My name is Arun Jagtiani, and I'm a proud St. Martin. In a few short weeks, our country is going to be heading to the polls to elect 15 new members to Parliament. There's 126 candidates from 9 different political parties that are contesting this election, and I think the entire voting population could benefit from knowing a little bit more about who these candidates are. Over the next few days, I'm going to interview a few new faces and a few political veterans. So join me, St. Martin, and let's talk politics. Welcome to another edition of Talking Politics with Arun. I'm joined today by the number 7 candidate on the PPA list. She is none other than Ms. Franchesca Arrindell. It is her first time contesting an election, and we're delighted to have her here today. Francesca, how are you doing today?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for having me, Arun.
Welcome, welcome. So as we alluded to in the intro, it's your first time contesting an election. Why? What makes you want to get into this arena?
Well, I've been following the political situation on the island for a few years now. You read the paper,
Sure.
You check things out, and it just seems to me that everything is just stagnating. Like everyone comes in, you run for election, you make promises, and then you get in, and then you kind of side with your party. You're always putting your party ahead of the country, and too much of that. I think we need to get some people into Parliament with some great ideas that are willing to work with each other to make things better for St. Martin.
I think there's a sentiment you just hit on that a lot of the population feels, where it's been too much of politics first instead of country first.
Exactly.
So when you made the decision or gave it some thought, what led you to the PPA? I mean, there's 9 different parties contesting this election. There's 4 that are referred to as the Big Four, so to speak. What drew you to the PPA?
Well, I've always been encouraged and inspired by the manifesto and the ideas that Gracita had. She's put forward them over the years, and I didn't see them come to fruition. And then the party, went away for a while, and now that the party's back, I just like the ideas that the PPA have, okay, and that they can deliver to the island.
And did you approach Gracita, or did she approach you, or was it another?
She approached me, yeah.
Okay.
We always have great conversations when we see each other, and it's the ideas and the passion, being inspired about wanting to change. Because St. Martin is so small; it's 16 square miles. If you get the right people into Parliament, the right people working towards St. Martin together, we
Sure.
could make some great changes.
Sure. And what skill set, for the voters out there who may not know you, what skill set do you believe you bring to the table that qualifies you to serve at this capacity?
Well, I'm not a politician. I've been in business on the island, a family business at the airport with Arundel
Yes.
Aviation. I was the customer service manager there. I also work with a corporate aviation department there. So I've been dealing with passengers, tourists, people at the airport for pretty much from a teenager. So I love the island. I know what the tourists are expecting, and I know what the people here have been going through, and it hasn't been on the upswing. In my
Sure.
opinion, there's a lot of things we could do better,
Okay.
and I'd like to be a part of that.
Excellent, excellent. One of the things I've been very impressed about from your campaigning, I came across a video on Facebook the other day, which, can we cut to that real quick?
Hi, I'm Franchesca Arrindell, candidate number 7 on the PPA slate. In St. Martin, I refuse to believe that this is the best we can do. There is too much gridlock in government, and we all suffer the consequences. St. Martin is in dire need of a fresh start. We need to send a clear message to the powers that be that the status quo is not acceptable. The economy is stagnating. There is not enough assistance for small business. How can they say they want to grow the economy if they're not encouraging locals to start their own business? Let's fast-track new businesses and invest in more small business programs. We can do better, do better, do better. Our environment is not being restored or protected. It's being polluted and affecting our health in a negative way. When the runoff from the dump enters the Great Bay, we all swim in that water. The same water is siphoned off to the desalination plant and ends up in our tap water. We have to remove the dump, dig it up, and get it out of here. We would be saving the environment and providing jobs as well. We can do better, do better, do better, do better. We need to work on our system of education from daycare to college. We should retrain the unemployed so that they can start a small business and feed their families. There are so many opportunities in agriculture, for example. Think of all the restaurants and grocery stores on the island. If someone were to grow vegetables and herbs to sell island-wide, they could grow a profitable business. St. Martin is only 16 square miles. We are a tiny nation, but we can do better. We have to go to Parliament and put country over party. If we can put what's best for St. Martin first, we will all do better. I'm running for office to change things for the better. Vote for me, and Franchesca Arrindell, candidate number 7 on the PPA slate on September 26, 2016.
I love that video. Not only is there not only well put together, but there's some very valid points that you've touched on. I think the first thing that stuck to me when I watched that was your comment about helping small businesses. Talk to me about some of your ideas in that respect.
Well, I see lots of opportunities on the island, and people have lots of ideas, but there's not help in getting them off the ground. And you see so much red tape in government and getting businesses started that I would like to work towards making it easier to start a business on the island and cut out a lot of that red tape. Instead of taking 6 months, a year, to get a business started, we need to do something to fast track small businesses.
Can we touch a little bit on taxes as well? Are you in favor of tax incentives for small businesses, and what suggestions maybe?
Yes, very much so. I am in favor of tax incentives for small business. Maybe a little tax holiday for locals that want to start up their own company.
Okay.
Something like that.
One of my personal opinions is that I think the tax system needs to be simplified, because I think for a small business, it's very burdensome to have to hire an accountant just so you can pay your taxes, and I think that is one of the reasons it causes some people to go into the underground economy, so to speak,
exactly,
because of that burden. Is that something as well you would like to?
As a taxpayer, I'd like to level the playing field, because as a taxpayer, I feel that there are other companies that are below in the underground operating. How can I compete against them?
Correct.
If I'm a loyal taxpayer, I'm paying my SEV, I'm hiring legal workers. Now, there's another company that's not doing that. How could I, compete against them?
Exactly.
I'm at a disadvantage, and I want everyone to pay a small, fair tax, rate, so that we can all be on the same.
Increase compliance.
Exactly, and if you have more people paying this smaller tax rate, then the business and the economy would only grow. You'd have more jobs. People would be more interested in investing rather than just holding back to wait and see what's going to happen, here and there. The TOT, it was what, 2.5. They're supposed to do it for 6 months. Brought it up to 5. How many years ago? It's still here.
Correct.
It's not 2.5. It's still 5.
It's 5. Exactly.
And then you have some people not paying any of that. And I'm stuck. How can I compete against those guys?
Correct. And it becomes a layered tax.
Exactly. It's not fair. It seems like it's not fair. And I would just like to have that playing field level.
So something else that really I think it stands out from the video that you've produced is the drone footage that you see of the dump, which I can remember as a child playing Little League baseball right next to that.
Yes.
And it was flat land.
Yes.
And here we are, a couple decades later. I'm not going to age myself, but it's become a mountain now.
Yeah.
And it only seems to be getting worse, and it's growing at a rapid rate.
Yep.
What's the solution?
The solution is you have to get it out of there. I grew up in Sucker Garden, so I remember it being flat. I remember when the pond used to change color.
Yes.
We used to walk up Guanabe Hill just to look down and how beautiful the different pans were, the colors.
Sure.
It could have been, a tourist attraction. There's a lot of history there, and we just throw our garbage on top of it. And I've never agreed with that. And I understand you need a place to put your garbage, but we need to do it smarter. We need to sort our garbage. We need to get the recyclables out of there. If you leave it there, because right now it's like a festering heap of methane gas and rotten vegetables, chemicals, and it's seeping into the pond water. And then when the rain comes, it
evaporates
up. Yeah, it also goes out into the ocean. And then we take that water from GBE and we're going to suck it in and make water for our tap water. So I know it's filtered and everything, but do we really want to be drinking what's circulating out into the ocean?
And it's only going to get worse if we continue with this.
And then when the fire comes, I have allergies. There are lots of people I know. They get ill. They get visibly ill. They have to go to the hospital because of the smoke that is coming out of this thing. And there's methane gas, so it's really easy to catch it on fire, for it to catch a spark or two pieces of metal sparking. So it's not safe, and we need to get it out. And if you just build on top of it, what's that going to be for the plants that are growing there, the people that are living there, people that are utilizing the facility? You have to get it out.
Is the solution a waste of energy, or is it export the garbage?
It could be a combination of both of those ideas. I don't have all the ideas, but I do know that the way it is right now, it's not working.
Right.
So we need to get, with all the other people at the table and see if we can maybe get some businesses started so that, locals could benefit in getting rid of the dump and maybe creating some jobs and businesses at the same time.
Sure. So with the environment being one of your main concerns, just real quick in conclusion, there's the China Pearl, which is a big project that was announced just a few days ago. What kind of impact do you think that would have to it, and how do you feel about a big project like this coming on?
Well, you know, for me, I live in Bel Air, so it's right in my face.
Very
And
close to home.
Yeah, very close to home. You know, I'm thinking about, you know, what exactly, I didn't hear anything about this until last week, and then on the 17th we have a groundbreaking, you know, and I welcome investors from all over the world. I have no problem with that, but it's not what you do, it's how you do it. What does St. Martin get for it? You know, what do we get? Do they have to pay taxes just like I do? Are we going to be utilizing a local labor force? Are they importing the labor?
Sure.
I noticed there's 320 something rooms, but 400 rooms are for executives. Those executives, will they be leaving after the project is finished? Will they be there forever? I have so many questions.
There's a lot of questions.
So I have lots of questions, and right now I'm not leaning on supporting it. Think about the construction noise that's going to be taking place right there in Bel Air, next to the hospital, next to the schools. Are you going to take away the wetland, the little pond there? If there's flooding coming out from St. Peter's, where would that water go to? I have so many questions, and I'm getting no answers right now. So I'm going to listen out for some more answers, but right now I'm leaning no.
Well, I wish we could ask you some more questions, but in the interest of time, we've got to wrap it up. I wish you the best of luck come September 26th. Thank you so much for your time, and we wish you the best of luck. And in conclusion, I welcome the opportunity for you to speak directly to the voters and give them your last message.
Okay. Voters of St. Martin, the 26th of September is critically important that you come out to vote. Find a candidate that you like along with your relatives and make the right choice for St. Martin. Don't sell your vote. You need to choose the correct candidate that's going to go to Parliament and fight for St. Martin, what's right for St. Martin, not only what's right for the party. We all need to put country over party and do the right thing for St. Martin. And you know, if you can go out and do that, I hope you do the research. You can check me out on Facebook, Franchesca PPA number 7. And once you've evaluated, I hope you make the decision to vote for me. Vote for the candidates on the PPA slate. And we'll see you out there on September 26th and beyond. Thank you. God bless St. Martin, and God bless you.